Welcome, family. I'm Michelle Gribble-Dates with BeUmbrella.com, and in this video, we are going to relearn how to breathe. And yes, I mean relearn, because when you were a baby, you laid on your back and took deep, full breaths. Your torso rose and it fell so beautifully with each breath. But now, as an adult, you probably only use a very small amount of your lungs' capacity. And this translates into issue after issue after issue in your physical being, in your mental being, your emotional being, and in your spiritual being. But before we jump in, let's take a moment and just consider all that our breath symbolizes for us as Christians. You know, it's giving and receiving. It's emptying and filling, death and resurrection. There is just so much wisdom in the breath. And it's my prayer that we bring greater attention to our breath each day. So now let's hear the Word of God and then move into our breath practice. Ezekiel 37:5 says, God, the Master, told the dry bones, watch this. I'm bringing the breath of life to you, and you'll come to life. I'll attach sinews to you, put meat on your bones, cover you with skin, and breathe life into you. You'll come alive, and you'll realize that I am God. Now, I invite you to lie on your back, bend your knees, ground your feet down into the earth, and then rest your hands just gently on your abdomen, just below your navel. Close your eyes and begin breathing through your nostrils. And imagine that your breath originates in your lower abdomen, making it necessary for your hands to rise as you inhale. Okay, it might help you to visualize a balloon expanding inside the abdomen under your hands. Now, working with the exhale, contract the abdominal muscles in toward the spine, pressing all of the air out of the abdomen, deflating the balloon. And just keep going. As you inhale, make sure you're not trying too hard. If anything, the exhalation is where you may put a little effort to ensure that you're completely emptying out all of the air. Yes, continue taking long, slow, deep breaths into the lower abdominal area and expelling all of the air out, feeling your hands lift and lower. And as you continue to breathe rhythmically, count to 4 on the inhalation, and pause. Then count to 4 again on the exhalation, and pause. Okay, now moving on. Cross your arms in front of you and place your hands on either side of your rib cage. Now, as you inhale, expand the abdomen as before, and then also feel the rib cage expand. And play with expanding the back of the rib cage, as well as the sides and the front. And then exhale, first contracting the abdominal muscles and then letting the rib cage fall. And just take your time and have grace with yourself. Take your time, have grace with yourself. You are literally relearning how to breathe. Now, if the image of a balloon was helpful in the first part, you might want to picture an oblong balloon now blowing up and deflating as you breathe. Wonderful. Okay, now lastly, bring your chest into this beautiful movement of breath that you have co-created with God. So what that means is on your inhale, first expand the abdomen, followed by the rib cage, and then the upper chest. And on your exhale, contract the abdomen, let the rib cage fall, and then feel the upper chest fall. Imagine your whole torso as a bellows. It's filling up completely and emptying out completely. Wonderful. Now I invite you to just remain right where you are, lying on your back, experiencing the fullness of your breath as I just mentioned a couple tips. First, I would encourage you to pause and practice taking maybe 10 of these full breaths a couple times throughout the day. Set a timer for yourself if that helps. I personally find it incredibly nourishing to do this during times of transition, such as before I begin cooking or before I drive anywhere. I just sit in the driver's seat and take a series of full breaths. Or before I help my son with his homework or start the bedtime routine with my daughter. All of these transitions are wonderful times to practice this. And if 10 breaths is too much to start with 2. Start with 2 and after a time increase it to 3 and so on. You'll find that over time you're able to increase the count of your inhalation and exhalation. And so start with a 4 count, a 4 count inhale and a 4 count exhale, pausing in between. Pretty soon you'll want to increase it to a 5 count. And later on, maybe not next week, maybe in a month, maybe in 6 months, you'll increase it to a 6 count. I started with a 4 count and now I normally do about 10 to 12 counts, depending upon the time of day. And then finally, while you breathe, know that the movement is coming. And then finally, while you breathe, know that the movement is coming from your breath and that your breath, like your body, is a gift from God. As you continue practicing proper breathing, you will notice your brain and your body are consistently more relaxed. You will notice it becoming easier and easier to enter into deeper states of rest. And you will notice that the rhythm of your breath becomes a rhythm of prayer. Blessings as you breathe. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you soon. Namaste and Amen.